Hi everybody, it's Mark Shelsh here. This is the Mark Art Show, coming to you from Galeria de las Islas in Metro Manila, Philippines, and we're talking about selling. So I'm going to answer a question in a moment, and then I'm going to talk about two different occasions that I went to last evening. Okay, first of all, the question was about selling to family, and you know my opinion, it gets too complicated with family, so I'm prepared to give paintings to close family. And just let it go at that. They're my loved ones, so I care about them, so it's not a big issue. But what if a family member wants a large quantity, say 6-10 pieces, and they wanted it in one lot? Well, I think then you've got to start to ask the question is why? And maybe we need to kind of come to an agreement here. Again, it's like extended. I would come to the agreement of just saying, well, look, I'm happy to loan you this many paintings, but they still belong to me, and if they're sold, then the money belongs to me, and here's a piece of paper, let's sign it in agreement. Now, if they don't want to do that and they get a bit upset about that, remind them of their own business, remind what they would do if this was their property or they owned it, and say you're not selling it to them, you're loaning it to them, the deal is still the deal. If they never get sold, then they stay with them long term. So that's the way I would approach it. Because look, one of the hardest things to get over to family and friends is that you, as an artist, are a business person. Because, you know, people think because you're at home and you have your studio at home down the back, that they can just turn up anytime because you're at home, which is not true. You're at your business. And that's something you've got to get over to your friends and family very clearly. Please remember, between the hours of 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening, I am working. It might not seem like work to you, but it's work to me. And this is how I earn my living. So please, if you wish to see me during the day, please phone ahead, text ahead, let me know so I can put aside some time to fit you in if I'm able to. Treat it like a business, my friends, and people will begin to treat it like a business towards you as well. Okay, now we're talking about selling, and we've talked about market research, we've talked about knowing your product, we've talked about removing the item from the sale, which I'm a big fan of, so I don't know, so you guys seem to understand what I want there. Now, I went to two occasions, as I said, last evening. One was an exhibition, nice paintings, and the other was a kind of a formal gathering of an organization that I have loose ties with, okay? So I went to the opening, and it was amazing for this reason. Amazing for this reason. When I walked in, it was a group show. All the artists were sitting in one little huddle in a alcove. And 2 hours later when I left, all the artists were still sitting in one little alcove in the corner. None of them had got up and walked around. Now, admittedly, there were not a lot of guests, there were not a lot of people there. But still, all these artists huddled together and did not get up and talk about their work or show their work or even try and interact with the people who were in the place. And yes, I know it's scary. But friends, this is your livelihood. This is your business. If you don't get up and talk to people, then people are not going to respond well to your work. If you sit in the corner and you look like the scared little rabbit caught between, you know, the bright lights of the car rushing down the highway, then that's how they're going to perceive you. That you're not really serious about your work. And you need to get up and you need to go and mingle and you need to talk about your work. Or when you see someone looking at your work, walk up and say, "Hi, my name's Mark, I'm the artist." You know, that, excuse me, that kind of thing. You need to interact with the customer. Now, I say that over and over again, and most artists come back at me and say, well, my paintings speak for themselves. You know the story, and you know my response to it. Okay, now, next thing, I went to another organization, as I said to you. It was a gathering of people, a large gathering of people, and I walked into the bar area, you know, and I was just standing there. I was waiting for people. I was standing alone, just thinking, and you know how you are before you have to go in to eat, kind of mingling out the front. And this woman walks up to me, and she walks up and she says, "Hi, my name's so-and-so. I'm from this particular airline. It's wonderful to meet you." And I said, "Hi, well, my name's Mark." And she says, "So whereabouts in the United States do you live?" And I said, well, I'm not American, I'm an Australian. And she said, well, it's nice to meet you. And she moved on to an American. Now, the point being, she didn't know me from Adam. And I watched her then, after that, and she slowly walked around everybody in that area and introduced herself. She must have been just as scared as those artists were. She was a paid employee. She wasn't a business person like an artist, self-employed. And yet she walked up and said, hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm from this particular airline. She gave me a card and asked me my name and where I was from. Now, obviously, she was looking for American people because she wants to sell airline tickets to Americans, not to Australians. For an Australian to buy an airline ticket to Australia via America would be the flight from hell, obviously. But she was selling this ticket. Now, my thoughts were, she's just a paid employee, and it doesn't really matter to her how many tickets she sells because she's going to get her salary anyway. And here these artists sitting down in the alcove who really need to sell their paintings because if they don't sell them, they don't get paid. And if they don't get paid, they have no money. If they have no money, they have no life. Do nothing. I found that really strange, you know that? I find the two different things, here was this girl on a salary, it was not her business, she could never own this airline, this was a major, major airline in the world. And yet here she was going around to every single individual, introducing herself and giving her card. And she was only an employee. And you might say, oh yeah, but that's different, she's an employee. No, it's not different. She has nothing to gain long-term out of that business except her salary. She can never become a millionaire. She can never become famous. She can never own the company. These artists, they want to become famous. They want to be millionaires, and they want to own their own business, or they do already own their own business. Yet they are too afraid to get up and mingle with the customer. What's wrong here, guys? You've got to sort this out. This is a major, major problem that nobody wants to address because, I don't know, we got this thing about, well, artists are different. No, you're not different. You just paint paintings and you create things, and yes, that's wonderful, but the person who creates the next technology thing, they're creative too. Everybody's an artist who creates and does wonderful and magical things. But if you don't get up and talk to the customer, you're not going to sell the work. Because people like us sell to people like us. So we have got to be, as artists, get up and walk over to the customer and say, hi, my name's Mark, here's my card. This is my painting. Would you like me to tell you about it? We don't do that. We sit in the corner and we panic. No money, no life. That's the truth. It doesn't matter how wonderful your artwork, how talented your mother and father say you are, how brilliant your professor at college says you are. If you can't get up and walk over and talk to the customer about your painting, no sale, no money, no life. I hope I'm getting through. I hope this is... I know a lot of my friends who watch me all the time are getting out there, and you're doing it, and I really appreciate that, and that's great, and we've all got to do that. But every one of us, guys, even I sometimes, when a show's about to open, I think, oh boy, I got to go and talk to these people. Come on, Mark, let's get this together. Come on, we can do this. And get up and walk out and say, hi, my name's Mark, I'm the director of this gallery. We've got to do those things. It's so important. Okay, guys, I hope that helps a little bit. I hope you think about what I'm saying. If somebody who's working for an airline with nothing to gain other than her salary can get up and do that, why can't artists who have everything to gain, fame, fortune, everything, get up and do that as well? Isn't that an interesting question? I hope I get some answers. You guys have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here in Manila, sunshine. I'm looking forward to getting in and getting a lot of things done. It's been busy. We've been very busy. So you guys have a wonderful day. I look forward to the day when you come and visit me here in Metro Manila, and we can talk about art, and we can go up and talk to customers together. That'll be fun. And remember to look after people, reach out, touch people, care for people. Smiles and hugs are free. Reach out and motivate people, inspire them to be better than they are, inspire people to change their world. That's what I want people to be able to do. Change the world and have a better life. You have a great day. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.